Yeah, it's me.
Wow! Holy cow! That was special. I felt like I was at the opera for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is the glorified version of an outdoor cartoon television bass fishing talk show. So that means it must be Wednesday night. And this is Stray Cast, and I'm your host, Pat Renwick. It is, there's some crazy, crazy things happening in the world of bass fishing. It's, the holding pattern is slowly being let go. And it's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Can you feel the tension
You
in
feel
the
it?
air right now?
Can you feel it?
I know I can.
I can feel it,
I can
too.
feel it all the way down in my plums.
Yep, that's
All
exactly.
swollen.
That's exactly what I'm
Light
thinking.
blue hue to 'em.
That's
Fresh and
what is
juicy,
going
ready for the
on
picking.
right now in the bass fishing world. Your heart beats faster. What is going on? I don't know. We're going to all find out soon. But as usual, the fun stew and Giggles Dumplings begins right here on Stray Cast Outdoor Cartoon Television. Coming back to the show tonight, my spirit animal. I'm going to lie to you if I tell you that this is not one of my favorite guests that comes on the show. We have a great time talking about absolutely nothing. So stoked to bring back to you, Bass Fishing Galaxy, tonight, Aaron Martens coming on the show.
We just become best friends.
Yes! Yes!
You want to go do karate in the garage?
Aaron Martens
Yeah.
is coming on the show. He is.
We're gonna do karate.
Hey, Aaron, we might practice karate. This guy sitting over to my right is...
Popcorn.
Wait, you're not Popcorn.
Oh, boo.
Wait a second. Where's Popcorn? Oh, there he is. That's Popcorn via satellite. He is not here right now. He is in Wisconsin at Lake Winnie the Pooh fishing on the, what is it, the Bass Nation thing?
Yeah, the Bass Nation State Championship.
Bass Nation State Championship. Ryan's trying to qualify. He is there at Lake Winnie the Pooh in Wisconsin right now, getting ready for things. That is why this guy right here, America's sweetheart, the one and only original HHF. It's JP High. It's a high. Yeah.
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 My birthday.
What's going on, JP?
What up?
Did you get the invite?
No. What are we gonna talk about tonight? Fishing?
Maybe.
Right.
I didn't get the invite either to the new Bass Fishing League, just so you know.
Oh no, mine must be lost in the mail.
Because I heard you were one of the 80.
Yeah, I have to be.
I heard you were one of the 80.
Definitely.
So, okay. Well,
I heard
maybe you still got a chance. This guy right here has every snowball's chance in hell of getting into the new league, but he is the best damn producer in this whole freaking room. It's Serafina's dad, Andrew Ellenberger, the Ginger Ninja. Yeah.
Hello.
He's also Gwen's dad. Yeah, and he's also Meg's husband. And he's also our friend. Yes. So, and Serafina doesn't even believe I have a pet wolf. I mean,
She's not happy about that.
Wolfie, be quiet! Dang dog, the dang wolf's going crazy, Fina. I don't know what the heck to tell you. Hey, as usual, this is the place to get free stuff. I think every bass fisherman likes free stuff, and we're not even we're gonna give you like way more than 10% off. I mean, this is actually free. This is 100% off.
Free 99.
Free 99. John DeMay from Dem Jigs is chipping in tonight $50 worth of custom, hand-tied, quality Dem Jigs tonight. It's real easy. How do they win, JP?
All you got to do is like and share this live feed, and you'll be automatically entered.
Right, automatically entered. Like and share the live Facebook feed on the Straycast Facebook page. You will be entered to win the $50 worth of Dem Jigs. Nicole Dore, Bass Fishing Supermodel. She's coming on at the end of the show to announce the lucky winner of the $50 prize pack, courtesy of Dem Jigs. Hey, I want to also remind you lots of things. All kidding aside, tons of stuff going on in the bass fishing world right now. Keep abreast. keep the stroke going, because now is time to keep your eyes peeled on bass fishing. Things are going to, it's going to go one of two ways.
What are you talking about, Pat?
Yeah, it's going to be okay, or it's going to still be okay. That's what's going to happen with professional bass fishing. And I am referring to the third league that is coming into fruition right now. So I think it's going to be okay, or it's going to still be okay.
It's going to be okay.
It's just going to be okay, flat out. But the point is, hey, keep up on everything going on in the news. Bass Blaster rocks. If you have not signed up for the Bass Blaster web blast bi-weekly, two emails a week, Jay Kumar over at the Bass Blaster keeping you up to date on what's going on in the bass fishing world. Sign up. It's free. Bassblaster.rocks. Also, don't forget about iTunes as a source for information for the bass fishermen. As you are driving along, say you're on your way to the lake, say you're just driving around between jobs, go and subscribe to iTunes. All kinds of great fishing, great honking content on iTunes as far as is what's going on. Lots of speculations and honkings going on what's happening on iTunes. But not only is Stray Cast on iTunes, but the Bass University's on iTunes, Bass Talk Live with the Godfather, Mark Jeffries, and of course, Ike Live. That's Eric the Intern's new show, Ike Live. So tune in to any of those, subscribe, like, leave feedback, leave reviews on iTunes. It's very important to help this bass fishing industry grow. iTunes, all your sources for audio bass fishing podcasts. Boom, right there. Hey, put the power poles down. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with my spirit animal, Aaron Martens. Catch you in a minute.
Step up your game. It has been said that professionals are only as good as the tools they work with, and Alpha Angler has developed the ultimate set of tools for you, the competitive angler. Alpha Angler custom rods, brought to fruition by the passion of master craftsman Jake Boomer and 2017 BASS Angler of the Year Brandon Palaniuk. Alpha Angler rods are custom made in the USA. Designed and engineered to be perfect, Alpha Angler utilizes a very unconventional approach to making the very best bass rods, from drop shotting to flipping. Alpha Angler's focus is on building perfectly balanced tournament-grade bass rods at an affordable price. Join the Alphalution today and purchase direct at alphaangler.com. Step up your game. alphaangler.com.
Taming the beast isn't easy, but the bigger your electronics, the more you have on the line. In conditions like this, you need the KVD Kong Extreme Electronics Mount. The only electronics mount designed and built to be rock solid, no movement, no matter how heavy your gear. A marine-grade mount for fresh or salt water that's monstrously strong. The KVD Kong Extreme Electronics Mount.
Hey guys, Micah Frazier here. I've got a bait from War Eagle Baits called the Buzz Toad. Big thing lately has been putting a toad style bait on a buzz bait, and preferably it's my favorite way to fish one. This bait here's got a quick planing head, a great hook, and it squeals right out of the package. The body of this bait is big and bulky, so it allows you to skip it. It planes quicker than a skirted bait would. In my opinion, it's just the way to fish a buzz bait. So y'all check this thing out. It's pretty awesome.
is how we party.
Wrap it up. It's dance party time with the one and only Mark. Hey, Mark. Yeah. What? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Martens is here from Leeds, Alabama.
Hey, I am here.
Woo! Dance party weekend.
Girls.
What's going on, dude?
You're all fired up.
Yeah, I'm fired up. There's no doubt. That's a great way to put it, Aaron. I am fired up, and it's Dance Party Wednesday with A-Mart, live from your living room and live from the studio here. And then Red Bull is a major contributor to my fired up right now.
That would do it.
Yeah, that gets it every time. I actually stole it from the back of Mark Zona's truck earlier today.
gosh.
So I'm not sure it's actually Red Bull. I'm hoping it's Red Bull.
Was it new? It wasn't open already, was it?
It was just backwash, Aaron. I don't know. It worked though, dude. Hey, man. Dude, it's awesome to have you back on the show. It's been a while, right?
Good to be back here. Oh yeah, it's been I don't know. When's the last one we did? Was this year? How?
I think you popped in for Christmas, right?
Yeah, Christmas one. That was probably the last time.
Yeah, you were at Disney World, and you and your mom were kept telling us reindeer names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they knew them all. I didn't know hardly any of them.
Yeah, your family nailed it. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, the kids they got it. I think
They're good at it.
I think Leslie and Jordan nailed most of them.
They did.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think that's what went on there. But seriously, man, it's awesome to have you back here, and I'm gonna get this out of the way right away. There's not many anglers like you in the galaxy. Okay, do you realize that?
That's a huge place.
Yeah, it is a huge place. The galaxy's giant.
They just like me out there. Like they might look exactly alike and caught the same amount of fish.
Yeah,
There's so many.
Dude, there is nobody like you. There is no one like you. There is
You're obviously pretty different too.
Yeah, well, thank you. This is not your normal bass fishing talk show, and we're creative people. We might channel our creativeness to different avenues, but the ultimate nucleus is this thing that we love so much, bass fishing. Okay, that's our common bond. Of course, you and I share other common bonds. We both like to run. We both like good music. And of course, we love bass fishing. But there's a different type of out-of-body craziness that certain people have. Is this making any sense to you at all? Like a
craziness, I don't know.
Well, here's what it is. This is why you were crazy to me, and why I might find this crazy and somebody else might is open to interpretation. But the fact of the matter is, you've been referred to many times as a natural angler. You've heard that about yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what I struggle with, Aaron. You are able to adapt so well most of the time. All right. I can't do that. I have such a terrible time for me as a bass angler personally. Now I'm just a goof off bass fisherman. I'm serious about it. I don't fish derbies, but when I go, I'm going to catch them. You know what I'm saying? So I cannot differentiate the difference between creative visualization and when to adapt. In other words, when to let the fish tell me how to catch them. So I might, the day before, Aaron, I'm going to have an idea in my head. They're going to be eating a flip bait in the laydowns. That's in my head. So I go out there, and I flip laydowns, and I kick the dead horse. And there's 4 hours gone by, and I don't got a fish. I don't know when to adapt, yet it seems so natural for you. How do we do it?
So most of us, when we fish as much as we do, I don't think we have a game plan, but I think the really good anglers are ready to change it at a drop of a hat, like immediately do something different, even not do what you thought and just start doing something else. And I think that's really important sometimes, conditions. The only thing I really pay attention to is weather ahead of time. The temperatures a week or two or a month before, what it's been like for the last month, what's going to happen. Like this hurricane's coming right now, that's going to change the bite at Georgia a lot. So I have ideas how to adapt to that. Maybe higher water, maybe a lot of water come in. It might be colored, get some wind. So it's going to change things there, definitely, from what it's been like.
And that's Chatoog you're referring to, correct?
Yeah. So, I mean, I go into the day just knowing the moon's on a waning or it's coming or, just try to, I use those things. I don't really have game plans a whole lot of times. I kind of know what I'm going to do and where I'm going to go, but
See, that's
sometimes I change my mind or figure it out on the way there, run into the spot.
and that's what I mean. And I'm going to disagree with you because you said that's what makes good anglers. That's not what makes good anglers. That's what makes great anglers.
I think the best of the best, they are a lot like that. Yeah, they change a drop of a hat. They make changes real quick and don't have real fixed game plans. They might go to north instead of south. Change it at takeoff or. Yeah, and I have had game plans, and I've messed up doing them too. So it's fishing too. That's where the luck kind of comes into play because you can make a wrong decision. It might not be the fish. It might be like fishing pressure, or the amount of boats that are in an area, or the amount of guys that found the same fish, and you can't get on some of the stuff you want to, and that will change your natural thought of what to do. So you got to throw in those factors too.
Yeah, and again, that's what makes the great or the excellent angler compared to a good or a guy that fishes, 4 days a week or whatever.
Yeah,
I should
or
be
a couple days a month.
Yeah, I should be better than I am for as much as I fish. I'm better at talking, Aaron.
They're tricky, especially this time of year. This is an awkward time for fish, and it can be frustrating for a lot of anglers this time of year.
And it really is. And another thing I notice that not only adapting mentally, but also as far as bait choices, you give 0 F's what you catch them on. You don't care if you're throwing an old Panther Martin spinner or if you're throwing the new Dio spin, the Ronnie James Dio spin bait.
The Martins in the boat. You don't really care. You want to catch them on something that you have a high catch ratio if you can, like a single hook, something with a single hook, but if it's a crankbait, I'm not gonna throw a crankbait or it's a quick way of catching good fish too. But it's not always like that. I try to catch them on what I think is the best and what I have the best chances of those fish when they do bite the lure of catching them and getting them in the boat. It may be a swim bait. It may be it just depends. If I can catch them on a swim bait over a crankbait, I'll a lot of times throw a swim bait just because you have a single hook and you lose very few fish on it.
Sure, because of that hookup ratio. Boom.
But if they bite funny and they're not eating it really good, you're better off throwing a crankbait. If you're getting bumped a lot on a swim bait, then you obviously should probably try some kind of vibration or a crankbait.
Yeah, where they're knocking it, got some more trebles on it.
Things like that we learned over the years. I mean, we're fishing all the time, so we have a lot of time to adapt to those situations.
Now, you mentioned over the years, who's a better bass fisherman? Aaron Martens in, let's say, 2005 or Aaron Martens in 2018? Who's a better bass fisherman?
I'd say now. I mean, I fished a lot more back then, so I had chances of pre-practice, which definitely helps. I was by that time I was a pretty good angler. I know a lot more than I did then, as far as technical like grass fishing and all the types of different fishers I've been in the last 10, 11, 12, it's like 13 years.
Yeah, it's kind of like
I've had a lot of situations where I've learned a lot, and that's how you learn fishing. It's just like riding a bike. You can always get back on a bike and ride it, but you're not going to be as good as when you were when you rode it a lot. So fishing's kind of the same way. It helps to be on the water a lot, and but you do retain, like riding a bike or running, you do retain some of that memory, and when you get back into it, it comes back pretty quick. So, I mean, this time of year, a lot of guys take a lot of time off, and some of the younger guys are trying to retain knowledge. They're out there fishing, which is good. That's why some of those guys are such good anglers, and they fish a lot. But for the older guys and the veterans, I mean, a lot of us are doing shows. Like I just got back from a long trip, a good trip in Japan, and now I gotta go to a meeting tomorrow. I'm busy all the time. I can't go fishing hardly ever. But
bassing ain't easy.
11-year-old and a 15-year-old now. So yeah, it's busy.
But you know what? It's let's think about this. You've been at this, what, like 19, 20 years fishing professionally now?
26 years, I think now.
How many? 26?
26 professionally. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my Aaron has grown up. I mean, but let's look at this. I got a few stats here. Ronnie Moore sent me these telepathically today through our brainwaves. We use no electronic.
I can see the list, but it's upside down. It looks like it's hard to read.
Yeah. Well, this is my chicken scratch, actually, right there. That's the chicken scratch.
Oh, it's showing up as white. He had done that on purpose. I see it.
I don't want you cheating off me. But here's the deal. You fished in 239 BASS derbies.
It's a lot.
239 derbies, dude. Okay? I know. You've been in the money. Guess how many times you've been in the money out of those 239 derbies?
I wish I could say 239, but
But come on, take a
yeah,
guess.
I forget. Like high hundreds, 180 or something like that.
Dude,
I forget.
Amazing. 181 times in the money.
Yeah.
Okay?
I checked it out a few months ago. I was curious.
Yeah, so that's like 75%, dude.
That's good.
Yeah. That's very good.
I've had years where I didn't make a check all year, so I've had some off years to go with that. But
We won't let that happen again. That's not
no,
going to happen.
it happened in about 04, I think.
Yeah, that's why I said 05. That's why
Yeah.
I picked 05.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah, I was AOI, my first AOI. So the year before was my worst year, and the next year was one of my best years.
Dude, you've won over $3 million professionally. In fact, like $3.5 million.
Yeah, I always wonder where it all went.
Well, I'm going to tell you where some of it goes. I'm going to let you know right now. You've caught 3,561 pounds of fish. Excuse me. I totally screwed this up. You've caught 8,507 pounds of fish.
Yeah.
8,000.
Imagine all the ones I threw back.
I know, okay? And this is in 239 derbies. You've weighed in 8,507 pounds of fish. Each one of those bass.
Weighs as much as my truck.
I know. Each one of those bass is worth $356 a pound.
Figure that out, huh?
Yeah, dude. $356 a pound.
It's way more than bluefin.
It's crazy, right? You are in the right business.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's like gold. Well, not quite. Silver.
You get to play with your toys most of the day. You get to sit around and play with toys most of the day. But you do have to do a lot of hard work.
Oh, yeah.
But you
It's
still
not fun for me. I mean, I do it because I like the results, but that's what I've been doing for 2 days straight. Tackle.
just playing with toys.
Tackle. I showed you a picture earlier.
That was crazy. What'd you just have it sprawled out in the living room?
Yeah, I brought it in the living room, and it's just nice and cool in here. It's been like in the 90s here, hot and humid.
Wow.
And, my garage is cool, but it's not as cool as the house. My garage is like 78. Up here, I got the TV. I can listen to the news. I can watch a show. It's just more comfortable.
Yeah, and so you just chill.
Well, I'm only gonna probably 3 days, and I'll bring it. I'll pack it back down to the boat and camper.
So you were changing treble hooks, right?
All kinds of stuff. A few of the baits I put some. Yeah, put because the stuff I keep in the boat, because I do fish bass and MLF. That a lot of the baits I do throw. I don't have time to change hooks in the tournament, and I like everything starting off in my boat with good hooks on. I use my G Finesse treble hooks, and pretty much everything in my boat, except for maybe a handful, have all good hooks on them. So if I go grab a bait, I don't have to worry about it. And that's a big deal too. If you're, in a tournament, you lose like a 4 or 5 pounder, it costs you a lot of money or a ton of points or whatever.
$356 a pound.
And some hooks, a lot of that we throw are really inferior hooks on them. So I just can't take that chance. So changing hooks and making sure everything's sharp and no rust on the split rings. It's a lot of work. A lot of your jig type baits and your vibration jigs, they get they'll get rust on the eyes or something. You just gotta check stuff, make sure you don't tie something on and break it off. It's just as bad as dull hooks.
Yeah, so just a little basic maintenance. Now you are a modifier. You like to make modifications on baits. I mean, that's known about you. Besides treble hooks or split rings, I'm gonna name a couple baits here and give me some modifications that you do to them. Okay, give us some quick tips. Like, for example, a crankbait. What's something you might do with a square bill crankbait to modify it?
I don't do much to most of the ones out there. We have silent baits now, so I'm actually working on some with Realis right now at prototype stage, but not a whole lot on square bills, except the ones I run that I keep in my boat are all tuned. I mean, you can round the bill off them. You can do things to maybe play with the action to make it less snappy. You know, if you think a slower action might be better, you could round the bill. I learned that over the years of fishing shell beds. When they get rounded by the shell beds, it changes the action and the depth that it goes. So I mean, there's little things like that you can do. That a lot of times the split rings on those baits can be really cheap. I always like a good split ring if I have time to change them. And a square bill is something you won't lose a lot. So having it perfect is it's nice. It's easier to change a hook out if you need to. If you snag a hook and bend it out, or happen to something happens to you, you could step on it, which I fish barefoot, which isn't good. But you can change them out on a good split ring a lot easier than you can on some of the stock ones.
Do you know the trick to make old balsa crankbaits hunt? Do you know the trick?
I know a few things. I don't know. I mean, a lot of mine do hunt.
Like
a lot of the ones I have.
Sure, a lot of them would hunt straight out, but I'm talking about, like, say, old Bagleys or something like that. Do you know how to jack with that line tie to make them juke around?
I just tune them really good. A lot of the old ones, they do hunt. I mean, like a good old one, and sometimes you'll get one that doesn't do the same thing the other ones do, but it's probably a weight position. But you could play with that, and that's something I play with baits before, bending the split ring a certain way.
I'll give you a quick tip, Aaron.
A bend will change the way it moves, even going upwards or downwards, whether side to side, obviously makes it go right and left.
There it is. That's the one. I've spent hours jacking around with crankbaits like that. You can get them to do magic, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Get them to
jerk baits. I mean, there's you can change the depth and stuff on them, and there's little things you can do. I don't do as much of it. Oh man, it's getting tougher to do that stuff. That takes time. When I get on the water, it's usually go time.
So, I mean, it's pretty much you're dialed in and ready to rip. And I think that's kind of the evolution of bass fishing anyway. It's kind of dialed in and ready to rip, if you know what I'm saying.
You should be. I don't think everybody is, but that's a big part of my success is always having everything I need and it being ready to go. No hook changing, don't miss fish. It's important.
It all adds up.
It does.
It all adds up to $356 a pound, Aaron. That's what it does. So tell me about Japan, dude. Did you have a great time there with Duo?
Always a really good time. It's my 4th time to Japan, second time with Realis, and it's been last time was great, and this time was even better. It's great food, great hospitality. They treat you really well. Mr. Adachi's like he's pretty much in charge of Realis, and he's super down to earth, super fun to hang out with. We always sit next to each other in dinner, and just takes us to phenomenal places.
Nice.
Like not all sushi, but like we went to one of the most sought after Japanese sushi restaurants in Tokyo, or all of Japan. That was the last night, and it was a pretty neat experience.
So
eating sushi, I found out, was actually with your fingers. So we ate a lot of the food with our fingers.
Oh, I like that.
Fresh wasabi from the root, grinding it right in front of you. And
really?
Well, pretty neat.
Wow.
Awesome food. And everything else is cool. They got going the fastest bullet train they have. That's always, if you go to somewhere like that, Europe or Asia, the bullet train's always a go-to for sure. Don't miss the bullet train.
Were you casting tungsten next to the bullet train? Do you have videos of that?
You wouldn't be able, if you let the bullet train pass and you tried to hit it in the station, you wouldn't be able to get it.
Dude, Japan's an adventure.
It's a great country. It really is. It's an awesome culture. The people are super nice. It's the cleanest country I've ever been to. I've been to quite a few, and it's by far the cleanest country as far as graffiti and trash on the ground or no gum anywhere. I mean, everything, even in the restaurants and the bathrooms, is clean. It's just you can't find dirt there. Pretty amazing.
Knowing that you were in Japan, I did a little research and development, and I came up with some.
I did days and days of that.
Yeah, I came up with some interesting facts about Japan, some true facts that I just made up right now about Japan, and I want to share them with you.
All right.
Okay, are you ready? The
See if I know
first
any of 'em.
the first true fact about Japan is that when American anglers enter the airport in Japan and go through the metal detector, there are actually parts of American professional bass anglers' brains being taken and used by the Japanese lure developers to enhance their products before the American products. Did you know that?
No.
Okay.
I mean, that would be weird.
Okay, well,
I
that's
wouldn't want to
true.
go to those detectors anymore.
It's true. I just found that out today. Did you know that 9 out of 10 eyewitness accounts of Bigfoot and Sasquatch sightings in Japan have a striking resemblance to James Overstreet? Did you know that?
Yeah, I guess Japanese could see that. In
Yeah.
James.
So James is the Japanese Bigfoot.
I'd probably scare him too a little bit.
Yeah. Here's an interesting one. Brian the Carpenter was actually captain of the 1989 Olympic Japanese swim team. That's Brian the Carpenter for Mike Live.
Really?
Sure, it's true. It's a true story. Ask Brian.
Looks like he could be a good swimmer for sure.
Yeah, he is. He's Brian Phelps.
He should keep doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
Take him a while to get back in that kind.
This is a real good one. Skeet Reese was actually the star of the Broadway musical version of Baywatch Japan. Did you know that?
I could see him doing that.
Yeah, Skeet.
He's been there a few times. He could have done something like that.
Yeah, exactly. They stole ideas from his brain for Bates, and then they made him the Hasselhoff of Japan. Is what they did. It's what they did to Skeet. Oh, now this one, and I'm sure you saw this in the hotel room as you were switching channels on the TV, for just checking the news or the weather. Tommy Sanders, I'm sure you noticed the male enhancement commercials that Tommy Sanders does in Japan.
I did see some weird commercials, I gotta admit.
Yeah, Tommy Sanders. Yeah, right there. I mean, so that guy is versatile. I just want to show you how big of an influence American anglers have in Japan.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, they're pretty good at turning things and making them beautiful too. That's for sure.
Yeah, dude. I mean, go all the way back in the songbook, bro. I mean, about like how intricate Japanese lures have always been. Let's go back to like 1990. All right, way back.
Yeah.
Like, think about the first Megabass baits that came around, dude. The like the Pop X or the Vision 110.
Yeah.
Dude, the intricacy in those baits.
Detail.
Yeah, it was like, you know, then you have two different sides of the spectrum. You have an amazingly intricately designed Japanese plug, but then you have a hand-carved wood popper. And there's times when both of them will outfish.
Oh, some of the old ones. Some of the old American baits are phenomenal. I got a bunch of them.
It's just crazy.
They'll always work.
Do you believe in resurgence of baits? Like, okay, so you're wrecking them on a bait for a long period of time, and then nobody's fishing it, and then you bring that bait back into play?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like the Bagley's baits. I like the balsa baits. I still carry some of those and some of the old top waters. I mean, I carry just about everything that's caught them good at one point or another. That's probably stupid that I do that, but I do carry too much, and I don't use it 98% of the time, but you never know. Like rats and stuff, the big topwater rats, or some of the old big topwaters, or swim baits, the big old swim baits, jointed baits. There's so many baits like that catch fish really well, and they'll catch fish anywhere too. It's not just in California. They work, out here too.
Everywhere. Is your boat packed to the gills?
It is. It's still one of the fastest on tour, and it's the biggest boat. But for some reason, it still runs good. It can't be all the driver, but no, it's packed pretty good. The way I pack my tackle is like on plastics and stuff. Instead of carrying 100 of everything, and which a lot of guys do, that's a ton of weight. I'll carry like enough of a color to catch them really good on in a day, which may be only 20 or 30 worms of each color. And I do everything kind of like that. Some baits I only carry 8 or 10 of that I might not use a lot of them, and they last a long time at trailers and stuff. So that takes the weight down tremendously. I mean, that's cutting probably half the tackle out compared to what some guys do. And adding that kind of, a lot of guys do carry bulk bags. They're not going to, take them a whole year to use them, and that's a ton of weight in a boat. And that slows your whole shot out. It slows your acceleration up. It just slows you down.
And
Literally.
plastics, yeah, the weight of them are crazy. And the fact of the matter is, it's like bass fishermen are so, and I don't know if this is the correct word, but wasteful of soft plastics. I'm guilty of this myself because say there will be like a little tear in the plastic that I think in my brain might alter the action. That bait's getting ripped off and thrown on the deck, and then a new plastic spin getting put on. But the fact of the matter is, it probably just doesn't even matter.
It doesn't. I fished with my mom growing up, and she always bragged about catching, this is my 6th fish on a robo worm or something, and the worm's like 3 inches long. It was a 6-inch worm, and she did that all the time, and she kept up. It'd have tears in it. I'd tell her to change it. It'd have a tear between the hook and the eye. It'd just be kind of funny, but she'd still catch fish on it. I tend to do that too. If I get a tear in it, I'll a lot of times switch it up.
Yeah, it just goes like it's. So then you end up with a pile of plastics.
I think they do work better when a tear kind of messes them up. Though a lot of times they lose their kind of boing they have, especially on some of the robos and stuff. If you get a rip in it, it's not as rigid as it would be without if it was a nice clean hook going through it. So sometimes I'm guilty of that too.
And
I think over time it does make a difference sometimes. And I think I think the way I do it's probably correct, but it's not. It's wasteful.
Have you ever? I mean, I can't do this. So, for example, say you're throwing a jig and the fish bites off one of the pinchers of the crawdad. Can you still fish that jig, or do you have to stop? And
they're biting, yeah. If I'm getting bit, like every cast, I'll throw it back in there. But after I catch a fish, I'll usually swap it out.
Okay, gotcha.
Sometimes you're in that moment where they're biting and you reel it up and you're gonna throw it right away again. I won't let that stop me from throwing it. No way.
Yeah, that wouldn't.
It does work better with 2 pincher or two crawls almost every time.
I agree, but I've seen people that it's like just doesn't bother them and they just keep flipping.
Or it gets a big tear in it and it's not flapping right anymore. It just kind of sits in the water and pulls through the water. It doesn't flap.
And people still flip it, and I'll be like, "Why are you doing this?" And then boom, they'll jack a 4-pounder. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
They'll still eat it.
Yeah, exactly. They'll still eat it.
It's because the fish thinks it's wounded.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. They're not smart either.
It's the wounded. Hey, there's a new bass fishing league, Aaron.
I heard.
Yeah, there is a new bass fishing league, and it's basically comprised of I guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you know more than I do, please, that it's comprised of Johnny Morris as an investor, Bass Pro Shops, as well as the Outdoor Sportsman's Group, which does the Outdoor Channel.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a new tournament league that is very similar, if not almost identical to the MLF format.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, revolutionary.
You nailed it.
Have you been invited, Aaron? Have you been invited to fish it?
I don't know. I have meetings. I'm supposed to probably say like what day it is, but I got meetings with both. I think it's an interesting time in bass fishing. I'll tell you that.
It is. It's a magical time, Aaron.
Yeah.
It's so. Hey, do we have magical time stuff? Because I'm feeling magical. Yes. It's a magical time, Eric. Aaron, it's a magical time in bass fishing.
You could run to that. That'd be good, like when you're cooling down.
Yes. And then Gazoo from the Flintstones comes down and says, "Hello, dum-dum." Right then. Right at that time. But it is. It's...
Yeah.
And I kind of started off the show by saying that with this whole new time of bass fishing, that this is my prediction, that it's either going to be all right or it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right no matter what.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because both you got FLW bass and now Major League. It'll be there's so many people that fish now with the college events and stuff. I don't think anybody's gonna be really hurting it, but there's somebody that's gonna take the top.
There's always got to be a kingpin.
There has to be a king, and that's gonna be interesting the way that plays out. I'm not gonna say I'm sure what I'm gonna do yet, but it's making my career and being where I'm at today. It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know much more than what you said. I just knew something was happening for the last couple of years. It's going to be happening. And I still don't know for sure what's exactly happening. And if I did, I couldn't talk about it yet.
Well, here, let me tell you what's happening. Mike Ditka of Chicago Bears fame, our hero Mike Ditka. Yeah. He and Rick Clunn, Mike Ditka, Rick Clunn, and Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer, they're forming a bass fishing league.
Jerry Springer fishes?
Yeah, you didn't know that? So does the host from the Chuck Woolery.
Chuck does.
Chuck Woolery.
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 He's a West Coast guy. He fished. I seen him on the lake when I was growing up fishing Castaic and stuff.
Did you see him out there?
I talked to him quite a few. Yeah, I used to talk to him and say hi.
Did he have that? Did he have that bait where like you'd throw it out there? I think Shoestring Du Bois invented it, and then you
see it really thrown. I think he threw robo worms, and he had really nice hair.
Yeah, he did, man. Absolutely outstanding. It's kind of like yours. It's nice.
My hair's gone.
It's nice.
I don't need hair.
You need that.
You got lots of. Look at your hair.
Look at that.
I like to take you for about a 45-mile run in my boat. See what it looks like after.
You know those trolls that you like get at the gas station? You do this to the troll, and then their hair stands straight up. That's what I look like.
Some kind of interesting tie-up. I think it'd be like it look like it goes up sort of.
Yeah. Yeah. So keep it up at like total punk rock shit.
That's what it looked like on my boat for a while.
Chuck Woolery used to throw that bait that you remember you pull the string and then the tail goes.
Yeah, I remember that.
What is that?
Yeah. What was it?
Yeah,
I have one in my basement. I have a couple of them. I haven't seen it in probably 20 years. Yeah, you go like that and it'd go across the surface. You'd pull it and it'd do that. Like actually a bait that when you yanked it, it would pull the string and then it'd sit there and vibrate back. It was actually kind of a cool concept, but I haven't heard or seen anything like that since the 90s, probably.
Yeah, I think that that is one of the resurgence baits. So here's what you need to do.
You need to make a little cicated one. So you need to pull it, sit there and vibrate. His little wings are flat.
So if you do decide to go to this new league and they say lines in, your first cast needs to be with the Chuck Woolery lure.
I'd have to find that.
Yeah. You go get them. Put some new hooks on them. Change the hooks. Aaron.
Had turbo hook.
Yeah,
it probably wouldn't work anymore.
You better. I don't know. You might have to bring it to a locksmith, to a watchsmith, a Swedish watchsmith, to get it fixed.
The line would probably break or something. It wouldn't go back. I'd pull it out and just stay there. That's my guess.
Hey,
pull it out. And stay.
If your people at Duo are watching this and they're gonna steal my idea for the Chuck Woolery lure, I want to cut. Right? just so you know.
Good idea. It was an interesting concept, even though I never threw it.
Yeah, it's
like a gimmick to me.
I played with it in the bathtub.
Exactly.
I really did. I'm not kidding you.
I think you did.
It's awesome. So back to this league, this new league here. It's again. I mean, it's this is a time of change, man. Everyone's scared of change, right? People are scared.
Yeah, and some people are. Some people. I mean, some people are excited for change, and some people are worried, and some people are going crazy right now for change, or a change is happening that's probably making a lot of people really scared. But I guess change most of the time is good, right?
I agree. I like change.
No matter who I pick, it's gonna make it better for both circuits. In their own way. I just don't know. That's about all I know.
Yeah, it's a tough choice. I'll tell you what I know, that I did not get invited to the new league, and neither did JP High, the hip hop fisherman sitting next to me.
Yeah, I didn't get fishing. I didn't get to be fishing for a few years to be invited.
I didn't get invited. I texted Boyd. I texted Gary. I texted Johnny Morris. Nobody's texting me back. I don't.
Yeah.
know. I'm kind of pissed. I am.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's here nor there. Let's just move on, because it's going to be okay, right?
Yeah. I think they'll be good.
So
I'd be positive and excited about the times coming.
I am too.
People don't have to just watch one show. I mean, they could watch FLW Bass and MLF. They're truly Bass fans. They'll probably want to watch them all.
Exactly, just as we do now. As we do now.
One circuit may bring people in from that don't even fish into the realm of bass fishing. They may become bass fishermen. Their kids may become bass fishermen. They may become pro fishermen. So the way I look at it, it's going to grow the sport for everybody.
I agree.
Everybody better get along and work with each other. Otherwise, it's going to be a headache for somebody.
We're going to take the headache out of it right now. That's what we're going to do. And we are going to, we like to play game shows on this.
Yeah.
On this thing.
The reindeer and stuff. Yeah, I remember
like
that.
reindeers and things like that. Exactly. Well, we're going to play the new BPS Tour bass fishing game show. Okay? So I'm going to give you a word or a phrase, and you simply relate it to how you might feel that it will affect the world of bass fishing. Okay? So I'll give you a sample question too.
All right.
I'll give you a sample question. Okay, let's play the Millennium Edition of the new Bass Fishing Bass Pro Shop Tour League Match 'em Up game. I have no idea what I'm saying right now. I'm your host, Pat Renwick. Aaron Martens, professional bass angler right now in this time of change. I'm going to give you a word or a phrase, and you relate it to this time in bass fishing, this present moment in bass fishing. So, for example, sample question. More lucrative for the anglers?
Well, yeah. Super exciting.
Super.
I would say for sure.
For sure. No doubt about it. It's going to
no
be
doubt.
more lucrative for the anglers. That's a given. Okay, here's another one for you.
No doubt would be a good one for that.
International espionage. How could that relate to the world of bass fishing with the announcement of a new league?
Why do you pick such a tough one for the first one?
The first one was easy. That was
Espionage?
lucrative. International espionage. How can it relate to the new world?
Foreign countries?
Foreign countries could come into play into the new leagues.
They're going to. They're going to start their own leagues. So, yeah.
Foreign country leagues. That's like soccer. Bass fishing will become like soccer. Amazing prediction, Mr. Martens. What about...
It's already happening now.
Yeah, it is. Because of that South African color is a good color. You know, that black bait with then it's got a little red, a little blue, and a little silver sparkle in it. It's kind of like black blue flake, but it's called South African Special.
Huh.
You need some of those. They're good. They're good. Well, tip of the week right there. Okay, here's another one. Here's another one for you. The best thing since sliced bread. The best thing since sliced bread.
Seriously?
What's that?
Well, it has to be fishing stuff, though. Let's pick fishing stuff for the best thing since sliced bread.
Aaron, this game is about the new bass fishing world.
So, yeah, you say sliced bread, I say something fishing.
Yeah. So like what? Like,
I mean, it's not new, but I'd say drop shot.
Drop shot.
It's new. I mean, it's
He
compared
won.
to the rest.
He won. I'm going to try one more.
Or the Gilly Rig. Yeah,
Crying out loud, Aaron Martens. All right, here's another one.
give me another one.
Give you another one here.
Not good at game show.
The next one you're going to nail. I promise. Promise you're going to nail the next one.
Probably not.
The platform. The platform. In the new age of bass fishing. The platform.
You're going to ask me?
Yeah, what is the platform in the new age of bass fishing?
Exciting.
Exciting. You know what? I'm bagging this game. That
was a good one. I mean, when has bass fishing been exciting in it?
It is true. It is true. It is true. But you know what? I think.
What's that?
Let's get an audience consensus. Did Aaron win? Did he win?
No.
They're not giving it to you. But you do have a chance right now to totally redeem yourself. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you have noticed this or not, but many professional bass anglers, as they catch fish, make sounds of satisfaction. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
Yeah.
To get excited, yeah.
Yeah, so sounds of satisfaction. So sometimes it can almost be downright obscene, Aaron.
Some guys I've seen, they're kind of embarrassing, but that's excitement there.
Well, I am going to play you some sound bites of these famous anglers, and I need you to mash up their sounds of satisfaction with the angler's name. Okay, now you do have the pen and paper ready?
Yeah, I do have a pen and paper.
Okay, I need you to write these anglers' names down. Dean Rojas.
All right.
Mike Reynolds. Remember Mike Reynolds?
Uh-huh.
Wonder how he's doing. Skeet Reese. Seth Fighter. Mike Iaconelli.
Seth Fire. Yeah.
Okay.
Was after Seth?
After
I'm
Seth,
close.
after Seth came Ike,
Yep.
and then you got Skeet down there, right?
Yep.
Okay. We need Greg Hackney. We need Mark Zona. We need Aaron Martens. That's you. And we need Ishama Monroe.
Ish.
Okay. So you have multiple anglers there. Now what we are going to do is play these sounds of satisfaction, and you match up the professional angler's name to these sounds. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. It's the sounds of satisfaction on Stray Cats Outdoor Cartoon Television with Aaron Martens, first time ever player of the sounds of satisfaction. Aaron, this is the sound of satisfaction of a famous Elite Series angler. Name this angler.
Got her.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Right.
Next one.
You got it?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Dean Rojas?
It is Dean Rojas. That is correct. Yes. Wow. Dean was into it.
Yeah, he was. That was one of those times I told you I kind of felt embarrassed a little bit.
Poor Dean. Poor Dean. I hope he cleaned up well afterwards. Aaron, name this famous angler's sound of satisfaction.
Oh my God! I can't believe it. Oh my God, we were just talking about it.
You do the easy ones first. That's like the 2000. When did I miss the classic? I missed one classic my career.
That's
when Mike Iaconelli won the classic.
That is true. That was Mike
In
Iaconelli.
Louisiana Delta.
That is Mike Iaconelli. That is
Seven,
true.
right?
Red River.
2004.
Was that 4, right?
Something like
3
that.
or 4?
It's the worst. That was the year I didn't cash a check. I did terrible that year. 2003. All right. Those were easy ones, though. You're picking the easy ones first.
Here's another one. This is a good one. This is a prize winner. This is from the Origin. Right here.
Oh my God, another big one. Another freaking giant. Oh, baby. Get your butt in there, please. Another giant tried to come in. Just, girl, get back in there. Come on.
I know what light that was on.
Got her.
He got her.
Yeah.
He got
That was Ish Monroe at Texas at a lake. Oh man, the one above Falcon. What's the name of that one?
Amistad.
Amistad.
Yep, that was the inaugural.
I think that one on the old trick we used to do in California. It was on a Torah tube, right? One of the big tubes. Like we used
It
to
was
throw.
on the Torah tube, and she backed her ass right up into that big thing. That's what we learned.
That's why I hooked the world record on Lost in the early 90s. I hooked one that was like 23 pounds, 22 at Cast Steak, and lost it.
I remember you telling me, dude.
Yeah, Torah tube. We used to throw them for jerk baits.
The old Torah.
So I got that one right.
You got that. You're 3 for 3.
But yeah, I almost thought that was Zona for a minute when he's talking like, oh yeah, he's going. And, that's what Zona would do, but.
All right, here's a good one. This is a classic right here. Angler number 4.
Yeah! Look at that!
Got me there.
All right, good luck, Gizzy.
I still do that sometimes. I was laughing like, you know how you feel like excitement, especially at a big tournament like that. It's probably a classic.
That's how you sound too after you've been on the road for a month and you come home the first night.
Yeah.
That happens too.
I I got jet. So that was me. I got jet lag right now still. Still wake up in the middle of the night. I don't know if people have been in a country and traveled like halfway around the world, but when you the first night you wake up 12 times, second night they wake up about 10 times, third night you wake up about 8 times. You wake up all night long, and it's not just me. It was like David Swincy was with me, and he had the same. Every day it would go down a little bit, but you still wake up all night. You wake up all night. Last night I was there, I woke up 4 times. But you obviously wake up and you're like, oh, I'm in Japan. I could go back to sleep. But that's a little story for you.
Here's the real deal. You're not even awake right now.
No, I'm all right. Like
this is a dream.
When I was doing the test Skype, I was kind of weird.
This is a
Felt
dream.
like I wanted to go to sleep.
This is not even me.
I see. I know I do. I check my phone still to see. Gosh, what time is it in Tokyo? Because right now it's 9:57 a.m.
Did you ever like mess with any people in Japan and just like go up to them and go, "Dame arigato, Mr. Roboto"? Like,
no, you can't do that in Japan. People would, I don't know. They get on video. Did everybody either?
But you could just be a huge Styx fan.
You gotta be respectful.
No, I know. I like Styx. Jesus. Great. Okay, let's play the game. Here we go. You're batting. You're 4 for 4.
Yeah.
You were the last angler. Here is angler number 5, the sound of satisfaction. Play it one more time.
What?
Which angler is that?
What was that? That was like a duck call or something.
Play it one more time for him.
I mean, Hackney would be a big duck hunter.
They're getting harder.
What?
That's a famous angler.
That was like a machine or something.
That's a famous angler.
I mean, out of the guys I have left, shoot, that was really weird. I mean, Mike Reynolds, I mean, he's kind of out there. I mean, that's something that I mean, Zona could be all weird and do some weird sound. Man, my choices are Greg Hackney. I mean, I had no idea, Mark Zona.
Who's your take? You got to guess. You got to pick one.
I know, I hate missing them. Because it was so weird, I'm gonna pick Mark Zona.
Oh, that was actually Seth Feider doing a llama impersonation. That is actually a real llama.
That wasn't when he caught a fish. That's not fair.
No. That's Seth. That's Seth. Actually, that's a clip he sent us from his home lake after he was flipping, not in the wind.
I thought we were doing when guys catch fish and like swing them into the boat or catch them and they're like making sounds.
That is it. That's why. What? That was Seth Feider. That was Seth. So you got one wrong.
Dang.
Shame on you. But you are redeeming yourself from the last game. All right. Now, this is a combination of anglers. Having the sounds of satisfaction twosome. So, tell me who this is. 2 anglers.
Oh my gosh. Yes!
That's Zona.
I knew when it got, I was like, whoa. Oh my gosh! Oh. This is.
You want to hear it again?
Yeah. You want me to guess both voices?
Yeah. You got one.
Yeah. All right, I'll listen to them more time.
Yes! I knew when it got, I was like,
Hackney.
whoa.
There it is. That's Hackney.
You can't miss Hackney. I just didn't hear it quite.
Dude, you are absolutely knocking it out. I think that's you won. Aaron Martens, you are the winner.
Isn't there 2 more?
No, those were trick ones. Those are who are you talking to?
Check this out. Okay.
Oh, yes. We're making baby alligator sounds to freak out the snake. Do it again.
my daughter Jordan's new ball python. It's cool.
That is awesome.
Her next pet's gonna be a tarantula.
Don't put a 6-aught Gamakatsu through. Don't nose hook that.
No, she's got mice for it too, and in a cage.
Jordan, don't let that near your dad's boat. Whatever you do.
That'd be beta at Falcon. For
That's
sure.
right. Dude, you're having.
Or though, Mike Reynolds and Skeet Reese, did we ever do them?
No, we're not doing them. Those were decoys.
Oh, okay.
Those were decoys, Aaron.
I was hoping to do some more. That was fun.
Like, what sound do you think Skeet Reese would make?
That's like cooking with gas. What do you say one time? I'm cooking with gas, or something like that.
Out of office.
I've done all kinds of different excited sounds. I'm sure.
Yours was awesome. Do you know when you made that sound that we played of you?
Was that a classic?
No, that was actually when you flipped the 4.5 pounder out of the blackbird bed.
Oh, at Havasu.
At Havasu.
That was a super one of those days where every time you caught one, you kind of got giddy a little bit.
Is it true that you have a tramp stamp of a blackbird now?
So it was like when you got one on the boat, you're like, woo.
Dude, that was amazing. I mean,
that was a good tournament. That was fun. I mean, everything panned out in that one. Nobody found those fish in this final day, and I saved it. Every day I saved it. Never went there. I watched it. I could see it most of the day, and nobody fished it. I was like, that's my resort over there for the last day.
That's your little oasis.
Sure, I saw one or two in practice. I saw some fours on the outside of the reeds cruising, and I was like, man, they're here, But I never went there in the tournament till the last day. It was one of those tournaments where like things worked out kind of like usually it happens like that when you do win. Usually you have something saved or something spectacular happens with something you've been hoping that works the last day, and that's usually how it happens.
And it kind of goes back to what we talked about at the beginning of the show.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't always play your cards that way though, because nowadays it seems like I don't know about today if that spot would still be there the last day. I think guys would probably find it. There's the caliber goes up. The more the caliber goes up, the more those things don't happen.
Right. True. You never knew who was going to be on your land.
Yeah.
Aaron,
Wild West before, it's changing now.
Dude, you got another derby coming up here. You're going to Lake Chatuge in Georgia for the AOY event. Have you ever fished there?
No, I had a friend, Tom Frank, that won a tournament there a few years back, a college tournament. Caught him on some crazy bait and made it popular. But he always said that we should go up there and fish. That was years ago, but I haven't, obviously haven't talked to him about it. But he kind of back then told me what the lake was like, and it sounded like a highland lake, which I haven't been in that area, so I'm excited about it. Somewhere new.
It's a beautiful lake. My cousin lives right on the lake.
Yeah, pictures of fish he caught there in the past, and it looked like a really cool lake in the background.
Does it excite you as a tour professional to go to lakes that you've never been to before, like for example?
Oh yeah, now I do. Back in when I started fishing out here, I was intimidated and scared. I had every right to be, but now I've kind of been everywhere and fished everywhere, almost everywhere in the United States. Now it's exciting for me to go somewhere new.
Yeah, that's how I feel. It's fresh.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. It's like a really cool trail run I've never been on before. Like places in New York, Michigan I've been. It's exciting to go somewhere completely new. It ends up being really neat.
You just don't know what's gonna. It's like saltwater fishing for bass.
Well, how's that work? Calico bass?
No, in saltwater you don't ever know what you're gonna catch.
That's true.
You just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if there's stripers there. I don't know any of that yet. But I might research it a little bit on the computer and see what kind of fish they have in it, at least get an idea.
No, I'm not talking about fishing for different.
Big to me is if it has stripers in it. Stripers to me are a waste of a good resource, but there seems like they're almost everywhere.
Yeah, you can have them.
Yeah, they ruin everything. They're fun to catch, but they ruin everything.
They keep you too busy, mess your baits up, got to change treble hooks. It's no good.
Eat all the fish, yeah, they eat everything.
Aaron, I'm going to ask you this final question here, and I want you to think hard about this question right here. It's about your career, all right?
All right.
And over the years, the 26 years you said that you have been fishing professionally, can you pinpoint a time where your style of angling changed? Or let's say that you learned a certain technique, or you learned a certain way to think that totally revolutionized the way you fish. Sort of an epiphany of fishing for you, Aaron.
1998, I think.
1998. Why?
I think it was 98. I won Orville. I caught him in 130 feet of water on the bottom, but it wasn't how deep I caught him. It was on the method I was using. And that's when the drop shot kind of entered the U.S. as far as a main. That's when it got its popularity. That's where it started. Other guys were winning tournaments before that, but just in the last few years, it was a secret. And '98 is kind of when that secret broke loose, and that's when I guess I really realized how well it could work. And I used it probably for a year before that, but I didn't win anything huge on it like that. That was a Bassmaster Open, and that would be a kind of a pinnacle, because I mean, you know how much I've used that, and I
Sure.
don't like the rig that much. It tangles up and it's a pain. You got to retie a lot and stuff, but it's helped me become to where I am today for sure.
That's the epiphany right there. I kind of thought it might be the drop shot, but I had to ask.
I never drop shotted. I probably wouldn't have had a $350 average on per pound. I think.
That is true. You know what my epiphany in bass fishing was?
What's that?
The Westies worm.
Really?
No.
I never used that thing. Little gold hooks on it.
That's not really it.
You know who the biggest? You know who the guy that caught won the most money on that bait was, right?
Fragerstrom.
Who?
Stan Fragerstrom.
I don't know. That's not the guy. That's not the guy I know. It caught that
Mike
won.
Folstead.
It was John Murray.
John Murray.
Aaron Murray made it famous on the West Coast.
He did.
He like we assumed when he caught him, he caught him a lot too. He was throwing a Westie worm. He always did. Whenever he kicked our butts, he was throwing a Westie worm.
He just didn't tell nobody. And then
He just knew. He knew it. We all knew it. We were always friends. We always been friends. We found out at the end when he's catching them all, but we always guessed it.
Hey, did you notice that when we played the Obscene Noise Bass Fishing Sound of Satisfaction game that most of the anglers were from the West Coast?
Yeah, they were, weren't they? But yeah, a lot of them. At least half, right?
Yeah, at least half. Yeah.
Why did you do that? You just do that because I was here?
No, I just realized it right now. It kind of happened in my.
They make the funniest sounds, I guess.
It's in my R&D. That was amazing, Aaron.
Yeah, West Coast.
Dude, thanks so much, bro.
That's it?
It's it, man. I mean, it's like it goes so quick. It goes so quick, doesn't it? Hey, you could ask me questions for a while. Why don't you ask me some things?
I asked you one about the Westie worm. Okay, let me think of one.
Yeah, give me a good one.
Well, I'm curious myself. Who's the original guy in the U.S. that kind of, like I was for the drop shot for the Nico rig? Neko?
The Neko?
Yeah, Neko. Did anybody make it famous that you know of?
Yes, actually.
But I'm wondering who did it first. Like, who was the first initial guy?
It was actually Nebo. That's Trait and Chris Saldane's dog, Nebo, that made that bait famous to begin with.
Don't answer him right, though.
See, he got me. Okay, hit me with another one. There's one wrong.
I thought Ayler. Ayler's.
I think Brent Ayler did. Yeah.
Yeah. How about? I don't know. I know some guys that whole deal with the braid fluorocarbon deal has been the early '90s. We used to do it in the ocean a lot, but I know of a few guys that kind of were doing it when I was kind of surprised they were doing it for bass. But that was a long time ago. You know who it was?
I have no idea. I don't even let my spinning reels touch my bait casting reels.
He used to fish the Bassmasters Elite, or he fished Bassmasters for a while. He fished all the Opens. He fished a lot of the Western tournaments, but people probably don't know who he is. I want blank.
Mangus. Greg Mangus.
Oh my gosh, I forgot his name. That's funny.
Correct answer is.
Sorry, it's Mark Risk.
Mark Risk. Okay, yeah.
Mark Risk is the one that taught me how to do the fun, like how much better it was, like at Lake Mead and Shasta and Havasu, when we were throwing topwaters really, really far. It was like, I remember at that point I was throwing like 20-pound, whatever it was, big game. And that was a long time ago. And man, you catch your spool off when you use a bigger reel for that. But you could use the same reel you use for bass, just put braid on and put a leader on. So we used to do the leader with the braid and started doing that, and that made life so much easier. That was probably like in the early 90s when I learned that. It's definitely advanced from there as far as, we're using it for a lot of spinning gear and a lot of other stuff too. But I thought that was interesting. That's where I learned it from.
I know there's one manufacturer that makes something like this, but you think that by now that you would be able to take braided line and then there would be fluorocarbon insert on the inside, so you don't have to tie a knot. You know?
They have something like that, actually.
They do. I know they do.
The hollow braid. where you stick the fluoro in the hollow braid, and it kind of has like a finger trap.
Like
So that was a while ago though. I haven't really heard of guys using that. Probably because the braid it makes the braid bigger. But yeah, I don't know. Or some kind of device. It's like a finger trap where you put the fluoro, put it over the braid and it locks, and over the fluoro and it locks.
See, we're idea men.
Because the FG that's all the FG does is it kind of it's like a finger lock. The way the braids work. You pull against it, the tighter you pull against it, the tighter it gets.
Just snares up.
Mm-hmm. Now, that'd be scary. You could test it, and I'll use it after you test it for a while. And I'll test in a non-tournament situation for sure.
See what happens. just okay. Ask me. I like this.
There's cool things.
Ask me more questions, Aaron. Pretend you're a talk show host.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, you're a talk show host. Aaron, you're losing.
How many guys out there wear sandals over shoes?
I do.
You got an answer?
I do.
I have facts though. I just know it's like 50-50 from what I can see.
I think that it's actually 42 sandals, 58 shoes in the professional bass fishing world.
There's me and a couple other guys who are going barefoot now.
Yeah, you and Ott.
Who's the second? Yeah, you guessed it. I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, you and Ott Defoe.
You would have got that one right.
You know what Ott's real name is?
Otter?
No. Cornelius. Cornelius Defoe.
Cornelius.
It is. Tell me a fishing story, Aaron.
I already told you the big fish story. I had to tell that one a couple days ago for an article. That was terrible. I had to read memories back. Fish stories. Man, I caught my largest fish in Lake Biwa. The second day I was there, this last trip, or actually the first day, I fished Biwa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6 times. And I caught my largest fish on a spy bait. I should have asked you what I caught it on, but it was a good one. I was gonna ask you what I caught it on, but I caught that one on a spy bait on a 5-pound line. They throw a spy bait on 5-pound up there a lot.
Damn.
And I gotta tell you, the fish at Biwa are the strongest largemouth you'll ever catch. It must be their forage, but they eat a lot of those. Their bait's totally different than our bait. But most of the bait they have in that lake is a real oily kind of bait.
Okay.
It's real juicy oily bait like alewives and. Not alewives.
Sardine
ayu is a big one, but I don't know all the baits. But we've seen some. They're super greasy, and the fish are like, if you ever seen pictures of them, they're super fat.
Yeah.
But they fight really hard, and the 5-pound with an 8-pounder was fun. My guide caught a 9-pounder an hour before that on a little 1/4 ounce vibration, a Real's vibration, and a lot of times it's different out there. You kind of on the vibration baits, you're fishing like 20 to 30 feet a lot, so you're kind of hopping the lure. So like short hops and a long hop here and there. You're just kind of almost like jigging a spoon or something, but you're jigging it seems to work the best there because I caught a lot of fish doing it on their vibration bait. But I ended up throwing a spy bait, and I caught my largest fish on it. It's really neat. A fish jumped, all the way to the water, and probably took 5 or 6 minutes to land it. And they made me. It's funny because they had a net in the boat. So I was like, "Are you gonna net?" And the guy just looked at me, and I probably didn't know what I said, but he should understand that.
Net.
The fish had the bait right across the bottom of the jaw. Like,
oh,
you
jeez.
didn't get him in the mouth anywhere. And it was hard to gill them. It's they're real fat and they have little heads on them. So I actually ended up belly landing an 8-pounder. But
That's awesome.
It was a fun fish. It was fun. It pulled a lot of drag.
When you
other fish stories, I don't know. Not this year. It's been kind of uneventful. I mean, usually my fish stories are saltwater, but I haven't been saltwater fishing. I don't think this year. That's really sad.
You need to get out there.
And that's my favorite thing to do is saltwater.
Dude, I love jacking tarpons and snooks.
Never landed a tarpon. Hooked them and lost them. The tuna's really fun. I used to fish tuna all the time. That's about the most fun you can have, I think.
The tuna fish?
Yeah.
Have you ever ate them like right there once you caught them?
Yeah. I used to be a deckhand. I used to cut the roe out and eat the roe and gross people out on purpose. me and my deckhand friend would do that. Like take the barracuda roe is real big. There's a real long roe. And like there's like a toothpaste.
And you've done that.
See people turn pale like when they did it.
Is there any viral videos of that anywhere?
Dude, that was before cameras, dude. I can't imagine if I had a camera in those days. That was fun. Put anchovies on people's hats, and the seagulls would come by and grab them. People wouldn't know the anchovy was there.
If that Cuda swallowing roe video was still out, you would not be invited to the new league.
Might actually improve my chances. Maybe I don't know if I'm.
Aaron, dude, this has been a blast, dude. Who keeps calling me?
Is that your phone? I got mine silenced.
Oh, it's bass fishing supermodel Nicole Dorr.
Wow.
Yeah, she wants to give away a dem jig prize package. $50 worth of dem jigs is what she's doing.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's not.
I should have gave something away.
Well, you hooked up our Christmas time viewer with a ton of robo worms.
So we could think of a game. I could do something for somebody right now. I got baits and stuff that's coming out.
Really?
We never talked about the rhino head. Maybe we can do like a rhino head package or something.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
I need some
For the
baits.
people, you send me. You can give me the address, and we can get it sent to them.
Okay, well, let's play a game.
I'm sure they'll send quite a few. I'm sure.
We're gonna play with the viewers now. Okay, that are on here, so they have to, in order to win, they have to answer the question correctly.
Yeah, I mean, I want to let people know. There's a lot of people that know what the head's for. It's actually a shaky head. It's a rhino. It's a rhino head. But that's what it's called. But it's actually some people have been confused and thread the worm on and but you hook it on Texas rig like you would a shaky head. It's a shaky head.
It's a shaky head.
It's a pretty cool shaky head.
The rhino head, and we're gonna give away from Aaron Martens. Aaron Martens is gonna send you a lucky viewer or listener.
That'll probably be from Picasso. I'd send him Reala stuff too, but I don't have. I can't assure that because it's Japan and it's 10 o'clock there, so I can't get hold of nobody.
But let's do it. It's fine.
Picasso can do it.
Yeah, but the Picasso can do it. We're gonna send the rhino heads out. Aaron, we need a question. We need a question.
Let me think of a question.
Yeah, this is from Aaron Martens.
Picasso rhino heads, but think of something for somebody to guess online.
Okay.
My wife's really good at helping me do stuff like that. I got tackle on my brain.
I love this, Aaron.
Maybe a tackle question would be good.
Yeah.
Tackle question.
Or guess Jordan's snake's name.
Does it have a name? That's not going to happen.
Yeah, you're not.
Unless there's a million people watching, and somebody will probably nail it.
It's Cornelius.
I already said what kind of snake it was. I ruined that one. You got to think of something. Come on.
You're the host.
Help.
As Aaron sits and thinks.
Hey, think of a question else that'll be good for people.
The first tournament you ever won?
I don't remember that. Do you?
Jordan can come on with you. Bring Jordan on. Have her sit down next to you.
Spencer's right here. Come here, Spencer. To show your face.
Oh, it's Spence you're talking to.
What was that first pro event? That was my second event. Where was it at? You want people to guess what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, what was my official first pro event I ever won? So a professional, like a big prize, like
What up,
more
dude?
like a pro-am.
The first professional
My first
tournament.
Big tournament. Basically a pro Western. It was a Western tournament. I'll give that out there. But it was a Western tournament, and it was my first big break in bass fishing.
Okay, the first big break in bass fishing. The first tournament you ever won.
It was a. Somebody will know it though.
Somebody's got to know it.
If somebody's watching on the West Coast, they probably remember.
Any bass fishing fan.
I just remember smashing them in practice, like talking to so many people I knew, and I was like catching twice as many as everybody, twice as much.
You were just jacking them.
Oh, I jacked them in a tournament too, but not quite as good as I come in practice. But I almost. It was my second pro event. I'll say that. And I had a feeling I was gonna win it. But there's a lot of good anglers there. Like a lot of the guys today that are fishing the elites were there, and
Mike Reynolds.
All the Western hammers were in that one too.
Was it the U.S. Open?
No, I didn't win that for a long time. I got second and third a lot. And
He won 3 of them.
Was it Lake Passaic Top 200?
No. Just guessing them.
Is it Bassmaster Western Open 2002?
No. Before that, way before that.
Before 2002. Was it 1998?
No, it was before that. I won quite a few Western pro events before I fished pro, before bass. I fished bass in, I think, 08 or 07. Didn't I?
No. 90.
I mean, no, 97. I'm sorry. I'm getting my 2000s confused. 97 is when I started bass. It was way before that. I think it was 4.
How are they going to know that?
What circuit was it? Do they know what circuit it was? Nobody's guessed the circuit. I'll give them for this. Somebody guesses the circuit at this point.
WON.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pat Renwick. Just won the new Rhino heads. Congratulations, Pat Renwick. Yes.
Nobody's watching. Nobody knows. Okay.
Magic happens right there. Nobody knew
You want
why.
the right heads? You're gonna take them from your fans?
We were taking them from the fans, but nobody got it. Was getting it right. I was disgusted.
Can somebody get the year right? I think I know the year. I think we could probably look it up.
Yeah, you don't even know, Aaron.
I can't. I know it was Wombass, and I was gonna go with that, but you ruined that. And I think it was like 94.
Wait, I'm gonna check right now.
21. Right?
What lake?
How old was I? What year is it? What year was it when I was 21 years old?
It's time for the Martens Family Capers right now
93.
from Leeds, Alabama.
93. That's what I figured. 93.
It was 93?
It was a Wombass Pro event. It was my second pro event I ever fished, and it was at Lake Mead. I think it was 93.
Okay, well,
But-
Hold on, I'm calling Ronnie Moore. I'm calling Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie? Hey, this is Pat. I'm on the air live with Aaron Martens right now.
Hey, ask Aaron how many FG knots he can tie in 1 minute.
Could you hear him?
How many FG knots can I tie in 1 minute?
Yeah.
I could tie one that'll work in 1 minute, but that's not how I'd fish in a tournament.
He could.
It'll work.
He could tie 1 million in 1
Tie-
minute, but he won't do it because they won't work, Ronnie Moore.
Oh, they'll come undone?
Yeah, they'll come undone. But
You gotta do the braid. That takes some time, and then you gotta tie the overhand.
here's why I called you, Ronnie. I'm going to give you an opportunity to win something here on Stray Casts, Outdoor Cartoon Television, the glorified version of a bass fishing talk show, Ronnie Moore. You get a chance.
Are we legitimately live right now?
We are legitimately live.
Live, I
With-
hear you too. You're there.
Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, you guys are.
Hit me with it.
You're okay. You're at the Texas Roadhouse.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Okay, now Aaron has a trivia question going to the viewers and the listeners right now, and nobody can seem to get this right. So I'm like, I got to call Ronnie Moore. So what was the first derby that Aaron ever won, Ronnie?
Derby or a pro event?
Pro event. Pro
Lots of
event.
tournaments For that, I won a lot of tournaments for that. Team tournament.
Team tournament.
I won lots of. No. The first my first big pro event. I won like a Ranger boat, fully loaded, $30,000. That's my first big break in bass fishing.
First big break in bass in, Ronnie. What was the derby?
Many years ago. Many years ago.
Ronnie was talking. You're talking on over.
Aaron's talking over Ronnie. Don't yell at Aaron. The producer's yelling at me when he should be yelling at you, Aaron.
I like Aaron.
Okay, Ronnie, what's your answer?
I think it's Lake Oroville, and I don't know the year at all, but I'm pretty sure it's a West Coast event, Lake Oroville. Maybe like a Pro-Am or something.
All right, is that it?
No, actually, I think I did win one there, but that was another event. That wasn't my second. That wasn't my first one.
Ronnie, you won! Ronnie Moore won!
I said it wasn't the first one, but that's all right.
We're giving it to him.
Ronnie wants rhino heads.
So when you see Ronnie next time, then you go give him the rhino heads.
So no fans wanting rhino heads. Should we give him another chance? Like my largest fish in a pro event? Because I have one of those too.
All right, Ronnie,
shaky
thank you so much. Appreciate it, Ronnie.
Always much love for the show, Pat.
Take care. That's Ronnie Moore right there, right
Ronnie
there.
Moore.
That's pretty cool. We got Ronnie Moore called up and got the answer wrong.
It is really cool. Well, he didn't get it right though, but that was another one.
We gave it to him. I didn't want to embarrass him. You know what I mean?
How about the fans though? How about the largest fish? Does anybody remember the largest fish I ever caught or know the largest? I did catch one big one in a tournament.
The largest fish you ever caught in a tournament?
Well, I have one for bass and I have one for the Western circuits.
Aaron,
The Western circuit's bigger.
what are we gonna give away now? Your Phoenix?
The one I was gonna get some Picasso rhino heads to a lucky observer out there, but
Okay. Here,
there's that one, and there's also I have a largest bass in bass, but they could probably check that pretty quick
yeah.
on the internet.
Okay, so pick a
Maybe the first
question.
one- Maybe the first one to get my largest fish in bass to check in will.
Okay, The first person to guess Aaron's largest bass
On Bassmasters.
on Bassmasters. Okay, here we go. Largest bass in Bassmaster
It's not that large. It's a good one, but it's not as big as you think.
brought to the scales by Aaron Martens. Largest bass ever in a bass fishing tournament. What could it be? Tally it up. He's gonna send you. He's gonna send you a shitload of Picasso stuff. I mean, crying out loud. For crying out loud. Anybody?
That's gonna be an easy one. I could find that on my phone. Hold on, be like.
Yeah. What is wrong with these people?
Nobody's there.
I don't. They're
They're not saying anything.
They're not.
Why,
I think
Why is the questions are too tough?
13 pounds.
13 pounds.
9 pounds, 14 ounces.
914.
Nope.
Keep coming. 11-2.
1276 was my largest fish in Western Pro event.
Okay, 12. Oh, they got that one.
No,
12.
that was 1276 for my largest fish in the Western Pro event. But the Bassmasters. Somebody got the 1276.
1276.
Well, that was for my West Coast.
That one don't count. Come on,
Pro.
keep guessing.
8-6.
Bassmasters.
8-6.
No, I've caught lots of those.
10-4.
10-4.
No, I've caught quite a few of those too.
So it's in the tournament.
It's in a I won the tournament.
He won
It
the
was on
tournament.
West Coast.
It was not West Coast.
It was it was a Bassmasters on the West Coast.
11
and I won the
pounds.
tournament.
11 even.
Close, really close.
11-2.
Yeah.
11-2. And who is that?
That's Brad.
Brad.
Brad Saunders.
What? His name's Brad Saunders.
Brad Saunders, you won
Good job.
a crap load of Picasso
A
stuff.
crap load of Picasso stuff from Aaron Martens.
Yeah.
So Brad just.
Or if you want, I mean, if you want to do something else, I can get Robo package. You want to keep this show going?
Let's save it for the Christmas show. You want to
All right,
do that? Let's see.
Yeah, Brad will get some. Send me his address. And I'll give him some Picasso rhino heads, which is a shaky head.
Making it rain, Aaron Martens. Making it rain right
I'll
there.
give stuff away.
That is awesome, dude. So you want to give away the Phoenix boat right now?
No,
How
I'm not
about-
that far. I'm not. Maybe in a few years I can do that.
How about just the carpet from the Phoenix boat?
That'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, I know, but it's an interesting prize.
Clean though. I got the cleanest carpet on tour.
I know. So that's why we could just have a win Aaron Martens bass boat carpet prize.
That means I'd have to recarpet my boat afterwards.
No, you fished the whole year without that.
I'd like to use that sea deck stuff actually.
Yeah, like saltwater guys.
Next year, maybe if I do my next boat like that, I'll put that sea deck on it instead. And give the carpet to somebody.
Yeah, just donate the carpet to people to save boiling lobsters. You know what I mean?
I did some of that recently too. That was sad.
This boil lobsters.
Yeah.
What sound do they make? What is that sound?
Not as bad as what my daughter did to a mouse. But we won't talk about that.
What is going on around there?
I won't talk about that.
Has your daughter ever heard Seth Feider when he catches a fish?
I think she heard that one. Did you
Yeah.
hear that one? She didn't guess.
There's Seth. There's Seth right there. Aaron, this is the magic of a bass fishing talk show. You know that.
Yeah.
That-
We do what we want.
That's why we do this.
We do what we want.
Yeah, we do whatever the hell we want. We're like goth kids from South
Oh, yeah.
Park.
What's in that TH cup? Have you been drinking out of that? It's
No,
just been sitting
I don't
there.
even drink. I don't at all. This is just there purely as a shameless sponsor plug.
That's good.
Yeah, that is why it's there. There's never been beverage in this.
I mean,
Actually.
it's obviously it's on your shirt too. I thought that'd be enough, but you can do that too.
I doubled up today. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes as a big time bass fishing talk show host, I gotta double down. You know. Yeah,
New items.
you know how that goes.
I know how it goes.
What's a better album, Led Zeppelin 4 or Led Zeppelin 3?
I listen to Zeppelin.
I know you do. That's why I asked you that.
4? I mean, how many years apart are they?
Like just maybe a year. 3 and 4.
Usually the first one's better.
Well,
3.
well, 3 is awesome, but 3's got the acoustic side. And 4's
I
got
had both of those at one point. I can't remember.
yeah. 4's got Going to California, Stairway to Heaven, all that stuff.
That's the one to ask. Which one has Black Dog on it?
That is Led Zeppelin 4. It's yes.
4 is better.
Yeah.
My wife says 4.
Led Zeppelin 4. Good. Leslie Martens is the best. I told her that earlier. There's no doubt about it. She's out running.
That's what on her playlist. Some of her songs. Zeppelin.
Oh, is Black Dog.
Black Dog on there? Yeah.
Whenever that part that goes and then Leslie goes boom boom bow out. She just jams out and she does like a 4-minute mile, dude.
She does. I could probably when I run with her, she pulls ahead of me sometimes. That's probably when those parts come up. Those parts of the song.
Aaron, we are way over. We
know.
gotta go. You know I would do this all night. I'll call you up in a minute if you still want to buddy up.
Help me do my tackle.
Dude, I wish I was there. We'd run and do Aaron, I seriously mean this as a friend. Dude, I love you, dude. I do, man.
Thanks, Pat. You guys are awful. I love you too. How's that?
Yeah, I mean if
everybody loved each other, it'd be a much better world.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. If there were more Pat Renwicks and Aaron Martens in this world, it would be a better place.
And I love all the guys in Bass too. They're cool. And in Major League, all the guys I know, just about all of them, I could say that about them. They're good.
I love bass fishing.
Bass fishing's cool. Everybody's cool to each other.
Yeah.
Unless we're on the water fishing the same spot and then it changes. And then you hate that person.
And I think the brownies are kicking in, so I gotta go.
All right, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Aaron Martens, bass fishing professional. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Aaron, the entire Martens family, give me an internet high five. Internet high five.
Raise your hand, Jordan.
Come on. Bring the whole family in.
Whose hand is that?
Bring the whole fam in.
Leslie and Jordan. Leslie and Jordan's here. Who's you got to guess the hands? Come here.
Come on, high five.
Do a high five. You two. You know who that is. That's it?
That was Leslie.
No, that was me.
That was Jordan.
Oh, that's Jordan.
But I get them confused a lot when they walk to the. I can't tell them apart anymore. They're both the same size. She's 15 now. Same hair. Just about the same hair, too. It's crazy.
Identicals.
So Jordan's way, thicker.
Thanks, Dad.
But not fat. Just muscular. She's in boxing, you know that?
Really?
I'm worried in a couple of years I might have to, lock her in a room or something. She'll probably beat me up.
Well, it's going to make your job easier. See, I had to give a lot of boys threatening looks when they come to the door to see my daughter.
I think she'll be able to take care of herself.
She'll just kick their ass on her own. Daddy ain't even got to worry. You go bass fishing. You know what I'm saying?
I think she could, actually.
That's what it is. Aaron, peace, dude. We will be in touch soon. I'll get you the information.
Send me Brad's information. I'll get a package out to him.
I sure will. The entire Martens family. Peace.
Guys.
Yeah. There it is, right there. Aaron Martens. Oh, you don't ever know what's going to happen here when Aaron comes aboard. So now
he wanted to give a lot of stuff away.
He was going to give everything away.
He didn't know any of his own answers, though.
That was amazing. That's magical. It is. Do you not agree?
Yeah, it was.
That's what's magic here. I didn't even want to leave. I wanted to hang out with Aaron all night. You got to catch a train. Andy's got to clean his sock drawer. He's got to go to St. Clair.
Yeah, I got to catch that train.
You got to catch a train. But you know what is important? You know what's important? Nicole Dorr, bass fishing supermodel. Woo! What's up, Nikki?
What's up, guys?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Where are you right now?
In my house.
Yeah? Is your house your home?
My house is my home. My home is my house.
Nice. I'm sorry we ran over. Our guest hijacked us.
Well, you know what? I'm glad I called you during it because now it looks like we're giving some rhino heads away soon.
Do you believe that? Aaron wanted to give everything away.
You know what? I'm glad I came along.
Yeah, me too. Who gets the $50 worth of dem jigs today?
Well, the person that gets the $50 worth of dem jigs is going to be Mike
Mike Krishankus.
That's it.
Mike Krishankus. He won.
He did.
He won. He won $50 worth of dem jigs. Mike, give us a PM, a DM, a private message on the Straycast Facebook page. And John DeMay from Dem Jigs is going to send you out a $50 prize pack. Boom. Nailed it.
Lucky you.
Heck yeah. Nikki, thanks so much. I appreciate you coming on and giving stuff away.
Anytime. Anything for you, Pat.
Are you tired right now a little bit?
I'm a little bit tired.
I can tell you a little bit tired.
Are you? I know it's kind of late here in Chicago.
Yeah, it's kind of late. It's kind of late here in New Mexico, too. Right now.
Same here in Portugal.
Yeah. Take me to Portugal. Take me to Spain. Nicole Dorr, bass fishing supermodel. Thank you. We'll see you next week, right?
You will see me next week and the week after that.
There it is, right there. And forever and ever and ever in infinity and beyond. Nicole Dorr, bass fishing supermodel. Boom. Ciao. Congratulations. Mike Krashenkus and Brad, who's it?
Saunders.
Tommy Sanders. And Tommy Sanders. Congratulations to you guys. Hey, another jam-packed show. Way over. Amazing time with Aaron Martens.
Yeah.
Amazing time with Aaron Martens. Thank you to Dem Jigs for the giveaway today. Also want to thank Bravarni Baits, of course, TH Marine Supplies, Alpha Angler Fishing Rods, Power Pole, JB Fish Sauce, PH Custom Baits, Shane's Baits, War Eagle Spinner Baits. They all make this show possible, as do you viewing out there and listening. Don't forget, we are on iTunes, as well as YouTube, as well as Facebook, as well as Instagram. Look us up. I am Pat Renwick, Bass Fishing Galaxy. I bid you peace. I catch you next week with JP High, Brian Whitaker, Andrew Ellenberger, and Larry Kyle. Peace.